Hi guys, how are you? I'm back and with another tutorial, and this one is another request that I've been getting, and so I just wanted to show you guys the basics and how I set it up. And it's very easy in the sense that you basically go on your own judgment, and it all depends on how much beads you're using and how big the bracelet you're going to make. I basically make it as small as possible because I have a very small wrist, and I would like to wear some of my designs, and usually I try to make the string down here a little bit longer so it can fit, the widest wrist. But I don't like to make it too long where it starts getting in the way, maybe if you're eating or working, doing things. So I try not to make these strings here too long to where it's hanging below here, and it's very uncomfortable to do things that you normally would do without having to take it off constantly. So basically, I make some bigger, I make some smaller, and the ones I really want to wear myself, I try to make them a little bit smaller so I can basically wear my own fashions. So anyway, I love the adjustable, like, once again, and that's the most requested one, I guess, because you don't see a lot of tutorials on YouTube for it. You do see a lot of these kinds of tutorials with these types of closures, which is great, but a lot of times you need assistance with these if you're not really too clever on how to put them on yourself. And it works great, and there's also other options. You don't really have to use this one. I like these ones because they look pretty, but these are not bad either. And I made this again for the 4th of July. These are not bad. These are much easier to put on, but it's just too much silver for me. I like more beads than silver, so this is why I prefer this one over these, but it still looks pretty. It's not bad. And but the most requested one, I guess these are super easy to do. All you do is put glue at the end of it and then stick your work in here and wait maybe 24 hours to get it super tight, super dry with the glue, and then you rock your fashion. Again, these are the ones that are requested more because you don't see a lot of them on YouTube, and I really love it myself. So now the request is, how do I set up these patterns here? And basically it's very easy. What I do is I use the Chinese knotted cord, and this is the 8mm strings. And what I do is I take 2 strings and I make them about maybe 26-27 inches long. The reason being is that I use those 2 strings to make these stretchable ends, and the rest of the strings, which I use basically 8 altogether, so 2 I make the size about 26-27 inches long, and then the rest of them I make it about maybe 19 to 20 inches long. I give a little because you want something to work with, and you will have maybe 3-4 inches left over that you're gonna have to cut away, but I'd rather have a little bit left over than end up having to restart because my string is too short. And basically it's very easy. So excuse me, I set up, and you can find a much better, I use this is just a fashion bracelet that I bought from the store. I use that as my weight, and this is of course I always pronounce wrong, but the kumihimo. I'm sure you guys will correct me on it, the pronunciation. is super awesome tool that I love. You can see I've put some wear and tear into it because I've used it for a long time. It saves you on having to kind of figure out how to do it with the crocheting, which is awesome, but it takes up a lot of time and it doesn't give you any errors. But this you can undo and restart over without having to get frustrated. And trust me, I have started a lot of my projects over. So anyway, so I have here 8 strings, and like I said, I make them long enough. And then I make 2 of the strings a lot longer than the other ones, because those 2 are the ones that's going to stay and make my adjustable pieces. So how I set up is I use, for these, is different numbers. So I think this one I've used 6 beads at the bottom and the top, and these ones I've used 4 beads at the bottom and the top. So basically what happens is before I make that loop, you end up with a straight bead, which before you make it into this tying loop right here, it's basically a straight bead like this. So the straight bead, so you have one end here to make this part, and then the other end here to make this other part right here. And so it all depends on how wide you want it, but here I've used 6 beads on 6 blue on the bottom and 6 blue on the top, and the white basically stayed on the other end. So here's my example. Maybe I should have used a darker bead, but hopefully you guys can see. So here, these are all purple. So 2 ends on both sides. These 4 ends is all purple, and I counted them where I have equal amounts, but on the other 2 ends, which is basically 2 on one side and 2 on the other side, which would be 4, I made sure the middle part, the clear, it's 15 clear beads, and then 4 and 4 on the bottom purple, 4 on the top purple. So now what's going to happen is, basically, as you can see on this one, the only difference is the string is white on this one, and I wanted to use purple, so to see how that comes out. And this is the same amount of numbers, so this is 4 beads on the bottom and 4 beads on the top, and then one side has all purple, which is 4 and 4 purples back to back. So basically, if you look here, these will be all purple, this will be all purple, and then these 2 on this side, you'll have 4 purple on the bottom, 4 purple on the top. In the middle, which is the clear, I use all of it, 15 on each string, 15 clear beads on each string, which will be in the middle. And what I like to do, see, as you can see, if you want to pause and count it, you can go ahead and do it. So 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and 15 in the middle. And basically what I do is I burn the tip a little bit. Reason why I do that, and don't like stay on it, just like brush the heat over it and then just press it with your finger. It's not hot, it won't burn you. If you stay on it too long, of course it'll melt it off, but if you just keep playing with it and then rubbing it, it'll make it a little stiffer, which is awesome for easiest way for you to put the beads in. So basically, here you go. I put 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the clear, of course, I put 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then here I put 4 of the purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I like to do is I make a knot at the bottom of it, and voila, now the bead won't run away from me. So now I continue to do your basic braiding to get my pattern. So this will be basically the end result for what I'm working with. The only difference is the purple string, and that's an order that was requested, that I was asked if I can make the same bracelet but with a purple string instead of white. So you can go on my page and check out how it'll turn out, and I'll take pictures once I'm finished. And also, if you're interested to know how I do this adjustable end right here, I also have a tutorial for that you can check out. Okay, and thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this helps out anybody who's wanting to know how I set up my patterns here. And if you need more information, I'm sure I'll be doing a lot more tutorials, and I'll get to everyone's request. I have a lot more that I need to do, and hopefully I'll get to all the requests. I actually wanted to do one a week, but life takes over, and I wasn't able to do one last weekend due to the holiday, but hopefully I will be able to do one tutorial a week like I want to, but I will get to it. If I don't get to it once a week, I will eventually get to it within that following week. Thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day, and check out my page and see the end result of this one and how it comes out, and I'll have plenty more tutorials coming up. And take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.